Hello, aliens! I was called to use the shamanic healing oracle for this reading, and that means that there are some big shifts happening in your energy. But you might be feeling very emotional, maybe triggered. There's things aren't just going in your way, let's say it like that. So let's see what is going on with you. Spirit, please, what is going on with this collective? Big energetic shifts I'm hearing. Whoa. Death. So transformation. Something is trying to transform in your life. And I'm also hearing negative omens with this. Number 8, karma. Something is trying to balance out in your life. Scorpio and Taurus is coming through with that card. Ascension. So the old is dying away and the new is being born. And the pain of labor might be not so nice. I feel like there's a part of you that needs to go away. So it makes sense maybe why you are being triggered or you are getting these negative omens, because they are trying to display the old you again. So this might be old habits, your old way of thinking, your old way of doing things. There's something, I would say, for the last week, you've been noticing this with yourself, that some kind of triggers, these old habits and things like this are somehow surfaced. And it's because you need to transform the energies. You can't take the old version to the new timeline. Let's take 2 more. Singing, music might be relevant for some of you. The truth, number 12, and the eagle. And my light is doing something funny here. Don't know if you can notice it, but it's kind of flickering. Big energy. My eagle is my card of the divine. So there's a bigger picture that you need to see. Masculine energy is on the bottom. Maybe there is a certain masculine who is triggering you, but I feel like it's more about your own masculine energy. That's why they might be displaying it to you from another masculine. 1 more. There's a truth that you need to be seeing about yourself. Can you see my light? It's like, now when I'm staring at it, it doesn't do anything. But when I start talking about this, it starts flickering. It's never done that before. 1 more for the top row, please. Duality. Psychic development is on the bottom. Maybe you are feeling that your intuition might be blocked, or I'm also hearing that maybe you've seen some kind of quote-unquote evidence about your intuition being right. But also you might be an energy reader. Maybe you've noticed that your talents, your craft is developing somehow. But the duality, they are showing you something about your shadow self, the old you, through some negative things here. Because you need to see the bigger picture. And I feel like there's something that you need to release. 8 was on the timer. So karma. Some kind of karmic lesson. I'm also getting the energy about another connection. Because if we see these cards, there are 2 birds and they are alone. And in the duality, there is 2 birds. But they are facing each other. the black and the white. So in other words, I'm feeling that there might be a person on your mind and you two are not together right now, and maybe that's the thing that is triggering you. I want to see a few cards how you're feeling right now. How are you feeling? What's the emotions? I'm also seeing pine cones. How is this collective feeling? Indecision. And the red color, root chakra. So maybe there is some kind of fear, sadness rising up. Maybe you want to make a decision, but you don't know what's the right decision to make. And it says, I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Maybe with the psychic development, your intuition is actually very sharp, but it's very hard for you to trust your intuition right now because of the triggers. You're not sure, is it the ego or the intuition that is talking to you? I'm also seeing that your intuition it's been working very differently recently. So let's say that you're watching a movie. It's like you know what happens next and then the thing happens. Or you know when someone is about to call you, then the call comes up. You know, stuff like this. That you've been really noticing that your intuition is like spot on with these things, but when it comes to yourself, it's very hard to read your own intuition. Adversity is on the bottom, exactly. There is something now going on in your physical. I accept that the challenges are the best way to learn, but I feel like you're very tired of the lessons. Courage also came to the table. Yet again, violet. Violet color, so the intuition, but also there is red, yellow and orange. So the lower chakras, masculine energy again. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. But I somehow feel like you're pushing this away because you want to feel happy. It's like in the labor again. It's like the final push before the happiness comes here, but you need to release the old you. So let's see what side of the shadow self is now coming up that you may not be seeing correctly. What's with the shadow self, Spirit? Two cards. Personal karma, the number 8. I said it. There is some kind of karmic lessons here. And there's the skull, the death. And I actually have my skull crystal here also. And I was actually looking at it before I started the reading. I decide the weight of my inner baggage. Yet again, I'm getting the energy that there is a connected energy to you. Maybe the indecision is something to do with that. Should I leave them? Should I move on? Or what should I do with this? It's a soul connection because I don't read other type of connections. So maybe you've been tied to this soul connection for a long time. And I feel like you've learned many lessons through it. But there is something has shifted here that you are now questioning that, was this just a part of my journey or is this meant to carry on, like continue, even though this trigger is somehow the old you might be actually maybe wanting you to push this away. It's like you're not believing that there is a change happening. And if we think about it, if you have been changing your life, the physical is a reflection of you. So if you are changing, the reflection is changing. But when the reflection, aka your life is changing, there is this kind of glitch in the matrix. So the negative things are kind of trying to get balance. But also it's about your belief system, about if this soul connection is changing, Maybe you haven't been seeing any evidence about it, and that's why you're questioning, should I stay or should I go? Was this just part of my journey, or is this going to continue? Self-evasion. I accept myself as I am. So the soul connection is showing you something very specific at this time about yourself, but it's like your old you is still somehow trying to ignore this. And I'm getting the blame game. So maybe you are blaming this person about being this, doing that, you know, whatever it is. But it's actually the fragments of you being played out. And the question is how you're going to handle this. I'm also hearing the time is ticking with the candle here. But as you can see, the candle isn't going out anytime soon. Number 23 and 18. I somehow feel like there is something you need to be giving yourself. Dark Passenger is on the bottom with the cat. And the eye on the palm and the side of the cat. Maybe your cat is being annoying, or maybe you've seen lots of cats recently. I create a sympathetic inner dialogue. So you're talking negative about yourself, about your life, and possibly you're talking negatively about this person who is connected to your energy. Why? Why are you doing this? What does your shadow self want you to see? Whoa, narcissistic faults. I soothe my inner pain. Okay, so I feel like this person, whoever this is, connected to you, has triggered you with something. And now you are blaming them about being, you know, this and this and this. But the root cause is some kind of pain inside of you that you are not seeing. Injustice is on the bottom. Other people are my allies. So straight away I heard third parties with this. Third parties. So the soul connection, probably they chose third party situations, work, family, friends. It's not always about another woman or another man. Number 22, so balance. I feel like you feel rejected. Your abandonment wound is being activated. There's number 17 on this card, and triangles or pyramids might be relevant. But for me, triangles always speak about relationships, so there is definitely a person connected to you. I want one more, please. One more, please. Rejection. Inner pain. So this person has somehow stabbed you yet again in the back. Oh, this is how you feel. Number 36. I open myself up with assurance to the outside world. I feel like you need to soothe your inner pain in a different way than before. I feel like this is just a huge test in a way. I confidently embrace my internal torment. But like I said, I feel like you are somehow pushing this away, and injustice is here yet again. Because you haven't got justice from the situation. Maybe this person, because of the narcissist word, Maybe they're acting very selfish. They've made some decisions without consulting you. Or they are not taking you into their plans, prioritizing other people's stuff. Let's see how you see this person connected to you. How you're viewing the person connected to you. King of Cups. That's interesting. Emotionally mature and balanced. Compassionate, supportive. Well, that's contradicting. I feel like you know that they love you. That there is lots of emotions towards you. Maybe they've done something that hasn't considered your feelings. And because I use the word contradictive, maybe you know how much this person cares for you, but still they did something stupid. 23 on the timer. Double numbers, and they always indicate masculine energy for me and triggers. Queen of Wands. And the Five of Swords is on the bottom. So there is some kind of conflict going on. I'm asking how you see them. And the Queen of Wands, I feel like this is you. They adore you. You know they do. So what's the problem then? What's happened here? Difficulties. Difficult decisions, weighing up options. Inner conflict and avoidance. Five of Wands. Fighting, maybe you are not talking right now. There is some kind of conflict happened here to do with some kind of decision. Maybe you both are seeing the situation strongly from your own perspective and you are being triggered because this somehow feels like a rejection. But I'm not saying that they don't feel this too, but I want one more. And the Queen of Wands is also holding a cat. So cats might be relevant. One more. I feel like, I need to say it, I feel like the problem isn't about you two loving each other. There's just something happening in the physical between two of you that is triggering you, but I also feel like there's something going on with this person too. Tell me more, please. The Moon. So fear. And something is hidden. There's some illusions. Well, the 3D. Not everything is as it seems, I'm hearing. The subconscious mind. So I feel like there's triggers activated. So the subconscious mind, the shadow self, can be activated and being put on display. For both of you, I feel like. Trust in the intuition, it says here. But it's very hard for you because now you can't know which one is the intuition and which one is the ego, the shadow self. I want one more for the Five of Wands. The Six of Swords and the King of Wands is on the bottom. The Match. You want to go to the next level, to the next timeline, and I feel like you are kind of going there. That's why, remember when I said, If you've been doing changes within and in your physical, everything is changing, the reality is changing, the illusion is breaking. But if you want the illusion to break, to go to the happiness and to the new timeline, you can't take the subconscious programming with you. That's why it's on display. And I feel like this person has somehow activated this in you, maybe the lack of movement, maybe the lack of commitment or some kind of action, or they did some kind of action that wasn't aligned with the connection somehow. Because the King of Wands is on the bottom of the deck, and the pair in you came to the table. And with that came the King of Cups. So it's not a match. I feel like you're very ambitious and you want to achieve things. You can't stay still too long. You are constantly developing your life and your spirituality. I want one more for the Queen of Wands. Judgment, the ascension, the death period. And the Queen of Swords is on the bottom, observing, wanting the truth and nothing but the truth, the eagle we had. Final decisions, wake-up call, inner calling, life purpose, awakening. Somehow they are waiting for you to do some kind of move, but you don't know what the move is. Is it accepting something with this connection, and the connection will continue with you to the new timeline, or is this finito, I feel like that's what you are kind of pondering the options in your mind. One more for the King of Cups. Holy moly, the Knight of Pentacles, and it came out in reverse. No initiative, irresponsible, feeling stuck, perfectionism. It says dull also. Maybe a little bit bored with this person because they are kind of stuck in life. The Ten of Cups is on the bottom, but it's in reverse. There is emotions, like I said, but the lack of movement, the lack of investment into this soul connection. But I'm also hearing that they are not kind of developing themselves. I want one more. The Hermit. Oh my. So they are on the spiritual journey. And if they are in Hermit right now, that means soul searching. Listening to their inner guidance and being alone. What's the Two of Swords? The Sun flipped. I feel like there is something going on cosmically. The divine is somehow put you two separate ways. So this person can go into Hermit, and there's something that you need to purge before stepping into this new timeline. But you are not seeing it correctly. What's the Two of Swords, please? Two of Pentacles. The decision yet again. Choices. Will you make the same choices that you've done before? So I feel like this has happened before. Some kind of similar situation. And you shut this person out. You wanted to leave them. I'm getting that vibe. Because the Fool is on the bottom. There is a new beginning. New beginning happening. For you, in your life, and in this connection, I want to say. But there's things that need to be balanced out. You need to see how you are moving and making the decisions. Because I feel like, because we had the avoidance somewhere, didn't we? Avoiding the situation, avoiding the trigger, avoiding the root cause of the trigger. And I feel like why you are doing this is because you've been put in this situation so many times, in maybe in this relationship, but also in the previous ones. Feeling abandoned, not being prioritized. It's like you always wanted to be seen, but you are not seeing yourself. And that's what everything is been trying to teach you. And I feel like you are somehow seeing yourself, and that's why you are moving into the new timeline. But there is still a fragmentation of this wounding that you are not seeing correctly. Why? Why can't they see it correctly? Why can't collective see it correctly? Nine of Pentacles, but it flew on top of the King of Cups, sorry. Because you're somehow wanting to be seen by this person. Somehow you are still wanting them to prove your worth. And how this might be showing is maybe if you are not in contact with this person, you're trying to block this. You are still checking your phone. You are still checking, have they messaged you, or have they called, or something like this. You are still wanting them to validate you, like kind of say that, yeah, I'm here, I'm still wanting you. Don't make this fit. Don't make this fit. And I also feel like you have put a lot of effort into this relationship. Like lots of effort. Like I said, you are an achiever. You can't stay put for too long. So I feel like there's been huge things that you've done towards this relationship, and maybe you've helped this person in big ways. And it's like when we had the injustice, it's like this person hasn't validated your input. And I feel like in a subconscious level, you are still waiting for them to validate that. And there's money involved somehow too. But also I'm hearing something to do this person maybe acting like they are single. Or they did something very stupid, maybe when you were on pause. Yeah, 10 of Wands and the Ace of Cups is on the bottom. So the burdens. This relationship, soul connection has burdened you. And I feel like you have, because I kind of put it on top of the Queen of Wands. I feel like you took on extra responsibilities. Like I said, you helped this person a lot. And I feel like whatever happened here, you kind of burned out. There were so many struggles, and I feel like you were left alone with the struggles. Even though I feel like the struggles were from them. Because you are presented of the Queen of Wands. It doesn't, take any bullshit from anyone. So I feel like you love this person very much, and that's why you help them. You've seen their potential maybe here. And maybe that's the reason you were holding on to this for so long. You were kind of putting magic into this relationship. You can see how the Queen of Wands has this kind of wine thing. The plant thing. And the plants are also here in the 10 of Wands. You kind of put magic into this person's life. You wanted to help. But from the Queen to the Maid. You lost your light. You lost colors of your life. You felt exhausted. And I'm feeling so emotional with this because this wasn't easy. This was terrible for you. And only because you just wanted to be seen. So people who have abandonment wounds, they tend to do services for others, to be seen, to be validated, that they can kind of earn the love. So it makes sense why you put in so much effort. You need to put the effort towards you, and I feel like you've been maybe doing that nowadays. I'm not hearing that there isn't any decisions to make. You already know what to do. And I feel like your intuition is telling you to carry on with you, and everything will fall into place. You don't need to search anything outside of you. You just need to concentrate on you and not spreading your magic to places that aren't yours to, the problems aren't yours to carry. So I feel like this person is having lots of karmic things going on with them. And when your magic is on top of them, they are kind of shielded from learning those lessons. So instead of seeing this trigger that you are rejected, you are now abandoned, see that this was actually arranged from above. Because there is something big going on with their energy and your energy. Whoa, and the Ace of Cups is still here on the bottom. Page of Swords. Maybe some of you, something to do with new kind of information coming in. Like looking ahead in your own future. Doing something independently. But also social media comes through from this card. Inspired to do something. One more. Seven of Wands. Wheel of Fortune and Justice. So there's something with your own path that you need to be focusing on. But there is so much energy going towards defending yourself with this relationship. That's why the separation is happening. Good luck, faith, life cycles, a turning point. The universe is in control. There's nothing you can do. So instead of blaming this person and the connection about the feelings, you need to see what are the feelings trying to teach you about you putting in too much effort towards love, to this person, towards anyone. I feel like all the energy should go straight back to you. You need to be giving the energy towards you and not be fighting against stupid people here. And I feel like because I had the third party energies, maybe you've been fighting against them too. Like why you are choosing work or these people or that person or whatever it is. I feel like it just drains the life out of you. And I feel like there's actually no adversity in your life. Like really. Small things, of course, because you need to learn about yourself all the time, But I feel like the big challenge is, it's not even yours. But because you are so involved with this person and the potential and waiting for them, it's like you put in your energy and your magic here. But you should be growing something for yourself with the Wheel of Fortune. And remember the injustice. If you want injustice from this person, it's not coming from them. Not in a way that you think. It's actually coming somewhere else. I want one more for the Justice, please. Yeah, the Eight of Swords. Self-imposed prison of thoughts. Limiting negative thoughts. Victim mentality. Nine of Wands. Perseverance, resilience. This is you, the wounded warrior, except in this card the woman is so beautiful here. A female warrior. But the warrior. The final push. Like I said, close to success. Perseverance, resilience, testing of faith. Boundaries. Something big is coming in. But there is something you are not seeing correctly. I will extend this reading in my Patreon, and I want to see more about your path. What is this energy that you need to see? I want to have some alchemy cards and some archetypes so we can kind of really dig in the aspect that you need to see about your own path. But also I want to see what is going on with this person and the connection. So all the extendees, like I said, on my Patreon, and the link to my Patreon you can find on my website beautifulalien.com. So go check it out now, and I'll see you there.